So yesterday I was scrolling through my phone as usual when I came across a YouTube post. This creator posted saying he was taking video suggestions in his Cash App. No hate to him, by the way, he's cool. Go check out his strongest version of Goku video. I thought it was cool even though I don't agree with it. Anyway, someone who wasn't going to donate to the Cash App commented asking for Omega Shenron versus Beerus. Obviously Toaster XD isn't going to do it because no money, but I couldn't just watch this tragedy unfold and do nothing about it. So I thought I must bring order back to the universe and give this man his Omega Shenron vs Beerus video. And here we are, so let's get into it. I'm going to go in chronological order and start with the one that came first, Omega Shenron. Let's start with a very important scan. Here, Omega Shenron says, "I will lay waste to the whole universe with my minus power."
Wow, so this must mean Omega Shenron scales to the Dragon Ball macrocosm.
No, he does not.
I feel like anyone who actually holds this belief just hasn't watched the show. Here's a little collage I found on Quora showcasing the full scene. This is what Elder Kai says. If he is not defeated and the Dragon Balls are not decontaminated, then the minus energy overflowing from them will envelop the whole Earth and pollute everything on it, and then at the end, the Earth itself will become decayed. No, it's worse than just that. Before long, the minus energy inundating the Earth will corrode the nearby worlds one after another, and soon the entire galaxy will spoil and be gone. It's very clearly heavily implied by Elder Kai that this is an overtime feat, meaning his minus energy would slowly corrupt the entire universe. Using this feat to scale into the macrocosm is stupid. Here's an analogy. I'm carrying a highly infectious disease and I sneeze on someone, passing it on to them. They get sick and die. Did I just outscale that guy? No, didn't think so. With that debunk out of the way, let's actually scale the guy. Now, I'm not gonna lie, he does not have that many feats of his own. Most of the strength of Omega Shenron is through being mostly relative to Goku, so I'm gonna scale GT Goku. Now, I actually just made a video on GT scaling like 2 days ago as of the recording of this video, so if you've already seen that video, here's the timestamp for when I'm not talking about that anymore. For everyone else, let's scale. In this scan, Goku is shown destroying an infinite void in his base form with a Kamehameha attack. This is a casual high universal feat, but it's Goku, so of course he gets stronger. Here, Goku gets trapped in Hell along with Frieza and Cell. He begins powering up for a fight, and in doing so, he shakes all of Hell and Enma's realm in base form. These two are infinite in size. How do you ask? The living universe is infinite in size. Heaven is the same size as the living universe, meaning that's infinite as well. And Hell is bigger than Heaven, meaning it's infinite. And the Kaio realm contains Heaven, containing infinity means it's infinite as well. And Enma's realm is as big as Hell and the Kaio realm. So to recap, he shook Hell and Enma's realm, which I've just scaled to both being infinite. This would bring GT Goku and Omega Shenron by association to low complex multiversal. But it's Goku, so obviously he's stronger. Little known fact, the Z movies are canon to Dragon Ball GT. Here's a scene in which old villains of Dragon Ball's past are brought back to life. You'll notice Cooler is right in front. This means that the Cooler movies are actually canon to Dragon Ball GT, and so are the other Z movies. With that out of the way, let's use some movie feats. In the Fusion Reborn movie, Goku powers up to Super Saiyan 3, and in doing so, he shakes the entire afterlife, which I just scaled, Heaven, Hell, Enma's realm, and the Kaio realm, 4 infinities. That means complex multiversal GT Goku, and by association, Omega Shenron. Now for speed. Here, Goku and Cooler are shown to be able to move and react inside an instant transmission. I think you could figure that one out. They're moving faster than an instantaneous movement, or in other words, moving in zero time. That gets them to inaccessible speed, and by association, Omega Shenron as well. So to conclude Omega Shenron's scale, he's complex multiversal with inaccessible speed. Probably stronger, but there's no feats confirming that, so I can't do anything about that. But can the God of Destruction compete? Let's find out. The first feat I have for Beerus is the big one I use for Goku, the Fist Clash. Goku and Beerus clashed fists during their fight in the Battle of God's Ark, which, according to the Grand Kai, was going to destroy the entire universe. And this is nothing like the Omega Shenron statement. Elder Kai makes it clear that this would be an instantaneous thing. I'll read out his statement for you. He says, "If these two clash against each other like this a few more times, people, planets, gods like us, even Beerus and Goku will be completely destroyed. there will be nothing left in the universe. It will turn into a vacuum made of nothingness. That is an irrefutable statement. Now that we know Goku and Beerus at least scale to the macrocosm, let's scale that. Pause to read scans. Editor's note, if you've heard me scale this macrocosm like 500 million times and you'd like to skip past that, here's the timestamp for that. Back to your regular scheduled programming. In the Dragon Ball Daizenshu, the living world of Universe 7 is stated to be infinite in size. And it wasn't only there, here's some more screenshots for you super debunkers of my comments. The Demon Realm is said to be the other side of the same coin as the living universe, as it's a parallel version of it where magic has more sway than science. And parallelism to infinity is infinity. That wraps up the bottom half of the cosmology. Let's move on to the top half, the afterlife. Before I get into that, I'd like to address the fact that everything in the afterlife is dimensionally transcendental of everything I just talked about. First, we have Heaven, which is a single planet within the afterlife, which is stated to be the same size as the living universe, making it infinite. Then there's Hell, which is said to be bigger than Heaven, that's another infinity. Then there's the Kaio realm, which contains Heaven, and containing infinite equals infinite. Then there's Enma's realm, which is the waiting point between Heaven and Hell, and it's also equal in size to both, making it infinite. And lastly, there's the Kaio Shin realm, which orbits around the entire macrocosm, and is stated to be 1/10 the size of it. Infinity divided by 10 is still just infinity, so that's one more infinity for you. I don't know about you, but I count 7 infinite universes. People often take the Fist Clash scan at face value and say he's universal because he threatened Universe 7. I'm looking at you, Seth. But they always neglect the objective truth that is Universe 7 being a large multiverse. In fact, it's a high complex multiverse as it contains 7 infinite realms.
Wow, so Beerus and Omega Shenron are only 1 tier apart. This fight is closer than I thought.
You've been misled. Let's go a little deeper down the rabbit hole. Here, Beerus and Champa nearly break out into a fight, but Vados and Whis stop them by saying that their fight would cause the destruction of both universes 6 and 7. This would mean that Beerus and Champa scaled directly to the combined mass of their 2 universes.
Well, how big is Universe 6?
The same size as Universe 7. Whis states that universes 6 and 7 are like 2 sides of the same coin, and that they are almost exactly alike. The almost is likely referring to the fact that it's different people in separate universes, and that some of the planets are different due to Champa's decision-making as a destroyer. I don't see any base for logic in which they are almost exactly the same, but Universe 6 actually has a completely different structure and doesn't contain 7 infinite universes. That logic is already flawed, so don't try to say that, super dumb players. This would mean that Beerus and Champa could destroy 14 infinite universes with their fight, putting them both at baseline height reversal. Now to address speed. In simple terms, irrelevant speed. He is consistently shown to be superior to like all of the mortals. Here he talks about how he's gonna kill Moro, and he doesn't seem afraid at all about it. Like it's just a simple burden that he could take him out easily. That speaks for itself. You know what else speaks for itself? Beerus disrespecting and embarrassing Vegeta, basically fodderizing him as of the Granola arc when he has Ultra Ego. Must I go on? Didn't think so. So, in conclusion, I've misled you in all of the promotion for this video. This fight has never been close, and it never will be. The only 2 reasons I really made this video were 1, for Perminator, of course, and 2, I had been looking for an excuse to bust out my Beerus killing for a while anyway, so it all works out. Anyways, thank you for watching the full video. Please like, subscribe, and of course, comment. If you're one of those GT scalers and you want to debate me, leave a comment, I guess. Bye. Oh, also, Doomslayer vs. Goku is still coming out this weekend. Look forward to that. Goodbye.